on to you, Scorpios. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So these three cards right here for you, Scorpios, are all about how your life is on the upturn. The Ace of Pentacles, a lot of things are really going well for you. You know, you went from being kind of undervalued by other people, trying to, because, you know, I know a lot of you Scorpios, excuse me, trying to go ahead and talk to some people. Things wasn't really working out well. A lot of those people misunderstood you, right? Tried to make it seem like you wasn't valuable and all of this other type of stuff, right? That's the way that they played. But now so many different things have played out for you. A lot of you Scorpios are very much so quite content with how things have been for you, Scorpios, over the past couple of weeks, at the fact that your life has turned around for the better. And the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords is about how, you know, one of the ways that it turned out for the better is a lot more of you Scorpios have way more options to choose from, because a lot of you Scorpios started to realize that you got part of it, not all, but part of it is changing your mindset. If a relationship doesn't work, if a person that you are interested in doesn't work, right? They want to play you out, play games, waste your time. You do not have to talk to them. You do not have to be around them. You do not have to do any of that. And that's one of the missing pieces that a lot of you Scorpios were missing. You thought like it was all or nothing. If you don't get a particular person, if you don't get a person who you want, then it's all over, right? You might as well just throw in the towel and just be like, okay, I'm done. But a lot of you Scorpios started to realize that's not really true, though, because so relationships don't necessarily work out. So your connection with them doesn't necessarily work out. If it doesn't work out, what happens? Leave them alone, go talk to somebody else, and maybe you may have more success. And the thing is that the Six of Swords, you're having a lot more success than you Scorpios originally thought, as a matter of fact, because you're getting a lot of people who are interested, who are more interested. You're getting people, and on average, you find more people are interested than they're not. And the Lovers and the Fool is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you Scorpios, you know, you find yourself just getting a chance to hang out with more people than on average. Usually a lot of you Scorpios tend to be loners, to yourself, closed off, but not the case. A lot of you Scorpios finding that, you kind of have to open up a little bit more now, because you have so many people that does want your attention. It's like, you can't remain closed off all the time. You know what I mean? You're going to have to open up. The Fool, however, and the Knight of Cups, however, represents there's also this choice that a lot of you Scorpios tend to have when it comes to letting go of people that are not compatible with you. I see that there's definitely some sort of physical attraction for you Scorpios, but you may see them as them being lazy. And a lot of you Scorpios may have the foresight, right, the proper planning to be like, you know what, based upon what this person said and what this person is doing, you Scorpios can see that they would not really be a good match for you. And so a lot of you Scorpios are like, you know what, you're going to save your own energy and actually not waste your time trying to get to know them. Because the Hierophant represents you've been around the block a couple of times. And you've also been over here on my YouTube channel getting the game. So a lot of you Scorpios now have a better understanding of, hey, things may not necessarily play out the way that you intended it to, in the sense that they may be hot for you, but, or at least it seems like that up front at first. But as time moves on, when you get to understand their mentality, their psychology, you have to ask yourself, is this something that you want to spend more of your time really being a part of? And sometimes you may find out, right, because you know the game, when somebody is throwing you a bone to get you to understand the quality or the type of person that they are great to be with, or they're not so great to deal with, to be with, and to deal with, and for you to run along. And that's what it is that you're doing. You realize that, yeah, you're gonna date some people, right? Lovers, you're gonna date some people, but absolutely not every single person that you date is always going to be a very good match. That's the point, right? The people that you end up matching with don't necessarily always, they're not going to be every single last person in the world. It's going to be one out of how many individuals? You know, so it's like you Scorpios really have to watch out for that. The Six of Pentacles is about keeping that in mind. But the Six of Pentacles also represents you're looking for someone that can also give back as well. And that's what once again, this is what a relationship is all about. This is why it is, no matter what type of relationship it is, no matter if it's friendship, romantic, or genetic, right? To y'all, all y'all are family, or romantic, or whatever. It's about the value that the two of you exchange. It's about the value when you interact with people, they exchange value with you. And it's not a transactional type of exchange as well. Because that's ultimately what it's all about. And this is what I mean when I say 50-50 relationships is a healthy relationships. If you ask me, all other forms of relationships is unhealthy. Now, people may be happy to be in this type of relationship, and that's great for them, and I'm not knocking them, but it's still unhealthy, because from my perspective, because a 50-50 relationship, which is Six of Pentacles, requires two people to actually contribute just as much and share, and actually are challenged to be better just as much on both sides. So it's not just one side is paying the bills, because like it is, I said before, usually we talk about money and all this stuff, right? But it's one side pays the bills and all this other type of stuff. But then on the other side, the other side doesn't have to pay the bills. One side has to do all the loving and adore the other person, and the other side, the person who's getting adored, has to sit there and act like they don't want it. Like, all of that is played out. All of that is whack. And that if the two of you cannot replenish each other with adoring each other, allowing yourself to be adored, sharing resources, then what exactly is the point of the relationship at all? And the thing is that the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords is about how, and I honestly see that a lot of you Scorpios are doing a wonderful job. From my own personal perspective, you Scorpios are doing a wonderful job, because you Scorpios are no longer just allowing people to just do whatever, and you the one that has to do most of the work. If you Scorpios observe that y'all are the only ones doing the most of the work, and this person is not contributing as much and bringing value to the table, I see a lot of you Scorpios are going to demand them to bring more. And if they have a problem with it, you'll leave, or you'll just leave. Because it's the ideology for a lot of you Scorpios where, as an adult, why doesn't the other person understand that, yes, they have to contribute? And you Scorpios have a point. Let's clarify the Lovers, though. Three of Swords, Five of Wands, King of Swords. Yeah, Lovers. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the two of you have to contribute. two of you have to contribute. Otherwise, there's literally no point. And a lot of you Scorpios are not allowing people to just shortchange you and try to make it seem like, you know, the fact that, you know, the chase is not working for you Scorpios anymore is what I'm saying. In the sense of, you call them, they don't answer. You go over at their house, they don't answer the door. Then they, you know, text you just a little bit, you know, one paragraph, one word answers. I'm seeing that a lot of you Scorpios are not putting up with that. A lot of you, when someone does this, you give them a little bit of time for them to open up. Not too much time. We're not talking weeks. We're talking about a week, maybe even a week and a half. And then after that, a lot of you Scorpios are like, well, you did your part. It's time for you to move on and talk to somebody else. And you're getting like repeat customers in the sense that some of those same people who are playing games with you, those are the same individuals who are like texting you like, what happened? And a lot of you Scorpios are like, well, what are we doing? So this is where it is that we are now. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the videos. Appreciate you.